carrying on a summer celebration with his campaign facing crisis. A renewed pledge from President Biden that he's staying in the race.
You got me, man. I'm not going anywhere.
And that means today is no ordinary day for the president, heading to Wisconsin for a very public test, a rally and a high-stakes on-camera interview. New this morning, the campaign announcing an aggressive travel schedule and $50 million paid media blitz. Biden allies say today's events are a critical step.
He's got to show it. He's got to get out there, show the sustained strength, and take it on head on.
After the debate that shook his candidacy, any public appearance by the president is drawing scrutiny, including this radio interview airing yesterday.
By the way, I'm proud to be, as I said, the first vice president, first black woman, serve with a black president. I'm proud of the first black woman in the Supreme Court.
The campaign responded to coverage, calling it absurd, saying it's abundantly clear the president was talking about his record of running mates and appointments, his party, campaign, and White House under pressure. In a meeting with Democratic governors, two sources familiar with the exchange say Mr. Biden said he was seen by his doctor. But earlier that day, his team had said this.
He did not get checked out by the doctor.
And later corrected that he did have a brief exam. California Governor Gavin Newsom said the president told them he needs to prioritize his sleep.
It wasn't a literal 8 o'clock, I will be doing things differently. It was more figurative.
Many governors expressing their support after the meeting. But NBC News reporting this morning that some Democrats say the president's debate performance was not an anomaly. One Democratic senator who declined to speak publicly said the country saw what those of us who have had personal interactions with him have all known for the last 2.5 years. Other Democrats say they remain concerned.
We need a reset. We need a course correction. We've got to acknowledge that this was not just one bad night.
Donors are a key group to watch. Congressman Don Beyer, who hosted a fundraiser after the debate, told me the president appeared strong and donors left feeling better about his performance. Meanwhile, Democratic donor and Disney heiress Abigail Disney told CNBC she is withholding contributions unless or until they replace Mr. Biden on the ticket. Laura?
That's no small thing. Kelly O at the White House. Thank you, Kelly.
All right, for a little bit more analysis, let us bring in Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. Kristen, good morning to you.
Good morning, Craig.
It's been more than a week now since that debate performance, and ever since we've seen this administration, we've seen the president try to reassure skeptics that all is well. Where do things stand now? What's next?
Well, Craig and Laura, look, the concerns over the president's ability to win, quite frankly, are growing amongst Democrats. As we've always said, this comes down to the numbers, to the stats in terms of polling, donors, and support on Capitol Hill. And quite frankly, we are starting to see an erosion in all three places. While some polls show a dip within the margin of error, others show a wider gap, as much as 6 points. Several big-dollar donors, Kelly just mentioned this, are shifting their focus to the House and Senate, worried the White House could be out of reach. And look, I've spoken to lawmakers on Capitol Hill who say there is a growing fear he can't win. But the president does remain defiant. He says he's not going anywhere. And remember, his justification for staying in the race was that he was the strongest candidate, the only candidate to beat Trump. But the political landscape has changed, with double the number of voters saying he's too old for the job. That's compared to 4 years ago, Craig.
Kristen, he's got this big interview tonight. Then he's got a multi-state swing states. How is he supposed to get on the other side of this when he does just the radio interviews? He's sort of stumbling over who he appointed, and how does he get through things like this?
You're absolutely right, Laura. And frankly, the stakes just couldn't be higher for each of these moments. He's got to come off as strong, his allies say, in command, both in this interview today and also in those swing state appearances. But allies I'm speaking to say he's got to do much more. One good interview, one good rally, it's just not going to cut it. They say he's got to show he has the stamina to serve another 4 years. And that's going to require participating in a lot more unscripted events. That's the key word here, unscripted. Allies also tell me his words matter now more than ever. For example, they worry his comments about tamping down his schedule after 8 p.m. only feeds into voters' perceptions that he's too old for the job. And that shows that fine line that's at stake here, that fine line he's walking, wanting to be out there more, but also worried about potential gaffes in doing so. Guys, back to you.
Kristen Welker, moderator of Meet the Press. And, of course, we will be watching on Sunday Because if it is Sunday, it is Meet the Press. Kristen, thank you.
Hey, thanks for watching. Don't miss the Today Show every weekday at 11 a.m. Eastern, 8 Pacific on our streaming channel, Today All Day. To watch, head to today.com/allday or click the link right here.